said we got 5 minutes. 4 minutes. We're getting close to start recording, so
yeah, start now.
What's your name? Just
You sent me that. I mean, it was more than that, right? I mean, talk about some actual document.
Yes, the original orders that were established says that they
there
were.
we go.
And it was left at that, and so this is how they.
Listen, you guys got plans.
It's made who makes up the
Caught me off guard
process
thinking.
is.
Yeah, right.
So-
Those are, he was here for an hour.
So that doesn't have to.
Not like a Baker Tilly presentation or something.
Yeah, I walked out the house at about 6:30.
I was thinking.
Because it's
Yeah, well, I would just have the approval
Yeah.
I would say,
No, it
if he
has,
ever gets, well, he was having to adopt the Christmas process.
it's all right. There is like zero guidance on how to.
I'll just try to.
I'm assuming.
This was like a form, for municipal leaders who are part of for any it's called. That we just kind of remember. Just to
But you're confused.
these questions. And it doesn't take the easy
Wow.
Jumped up into it.
It's very limited. Okay, there's a lot of things. No. And just.
We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order, and we'll start off with an invocation from Pastor Deputy Voss from Burr Community.
Father God, we thank you so much for this opportunity to come before you together with our blessings and our needs. We bring before you this city and all those who live here and work here. I thank you for all who work to make this a good place to live. I pray for our mayor, for our city officials, and in particular for this assembled council. I pray that you would grant them wisdom as they make decisions that are difficult, the ability to work together in harmony, and personal peace in their lives and joy in their task. I pray for the agenda set before them today. Lord, let your will be done here in Rensselaer. Let your love and light pierce through any darkness in Rensselaer and bring us peace in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Debbie. Let's start with a roll call.
Mayor Jeff Phillips.
Here.
Treasurer Shelby Keys here. Council members Russ Overton.
Here.
Kevin Arnold.
Here.
Noel Weiser. Here. Jeff Rayburn. And Ernest Watson Jr.
Here.
City Attorney Todd Sammons.
Here.
Building Commissioner Josh Davis. Absent. Cemetery Caretaker Joe Effinger. Absent. Fire Chief Kenny Hahn.
Here.
Police Chief Matt Anderson.
Here.
Utility Office Manager Heather Smart. Here. Lead Line Foreman Garrett Walker. Park Superintendent Heather Hall.
Here.
Street Water Sewer Sanitation Superintendent Bryce Black.
Here.
Gas Superintendent Todd Wilson.
Here.
And Assistant Superintendent Josh Eldridge.
All right, council, you were afforded the minutes of the regular meeting, our last regular meeting, and the executive session minutes. How would you like to act on those?
Make a motion to approve both sets of minutes as presented.
There's been a motion and a second to approve the regular meeting minutes and executive session minutes. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right. I'm stalling. Someone's supposed to be here at 6 o'clock and he's not here. Would you want to address the other citizens' comments on August 8th?
Yeah. 2 minutes times.
I thought it was 6 to 10. Am I off? Well,
Sounds good to me. Yeah, so the Ren Art organization does a video each year of the mural painting, and they usually do an unveiling of it or a presentation of it. They've done it in the alley in the past. This year, Ryan Preston would like to do it at what was formerly the Stunt Dog building. He's moving into that space, and they would like to shut down that one block of Front Street for some activities. It'd be August 8th from 6 to 10.
I think that's what it was.
For the day.
Council, I know that's citizens' comments, and we were supposed to have a citizen here, but they're not here. How would you like to act on that request?
What day is that fall on?
It's a Friday, I believe.
And closing it from 6 to 10 p.m.,
Yeah.
just those 4 hours?
Have any concerns?
Does it need it all the way to the stoplight, or can we leave the entrance to the BP open there?
I'm sure they can leave that open, yeah.
Okay. That would be my only question.
Anything else? Any other questions, maybe?
Or we don't need to do stuff in there. But we have no fires.
Yeah.
We pray that anyway.
Yeah.
If we do, we'll get in there.
There you go. Yeah. Embers is aware of it, but we were going to ask that they notify the other businesses, but right. Wavering was talking, they should be all closed, so
So it's from in front of that building to the corner,
probably to the corner.
to Kellner?
Yeah. I think they're going to just tie it in with the art walk too on that night also. So,
We got the car there and maybe some other stuff.
It always worked when they did the cellars and snacks on that.
Yeah.
Close that down, so
Yeah.
there shouldn't be any issues.
all right.
Do you need a motion?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion to allow the street to be closed from in front of the Stunt Dog building to the corner of Kellner on August 8th from 6 to 10 p.m.
Second.
All right. There's been a motion and a second to allow for the street to be closed, Front Street to be closed between Kellner and Washington Street from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. on August 8th. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Rayburn. That was very well done. Hearing no other citizens' comments at this time, or are there any other citizens' comments at this time, I should ask? Hearing none, we will move into the agenda, and first on our agenda is a Milroy Park project. And I see Brienne Hooker is here in the audience with us. Would you like to address everyone?
And Mayor, that was left off the agenda, but I'd like to address the council as well, please.
Oh, okay, that would be nice.
I'm second.
You're second?
Yeah.
All right, we're start with Heather first.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you this evening. I would like to talk to you about some planning that's been happening in my head for about a year. Before I came on the scene as your park superintendent, I visited each park and made some notes of my own about repairs that need done, my vision for the park, changes I wanted to make. And a goal that I have had and will continue to have moving forward is I want to create new ways for our community to interact with our parks. And so one of the parks that I noticed that we don't have a lot of interaction with the community is Milroy Park. So I had a vision for that park, and I was lucky that I was approached by Brienne because she had a donor who wanted to give something to our park. So she's going to talk a little bit about what that vision is and what that gift is. You might have been by recently and seen that we've got some stakes in the ground. We've got some things marked over there. So I'll let her tell a little bit about the donor. And then Sarah Zager should be here as well because she has created a site plan so we can make this project ADA compliant. But I'm not sure if Sarah can make it. Last thing I heard that she would be here. So if she doesn't come tonight, I will share with you the site plan for this project at a later date.
Jasper Newton Foundation was approached by, not a group of donors, but I had a great meeting over coffee with Melissa Miller, the HR director at Chief Buildings, and there's some money donated in memory of her husband, Terry, who passed away in January of this year. Terry had worked at Chief for 34 years, deeply invested in the Rensselaer soccer program as well as helping out in the Parks Department. During the Parks for People campaign, Chief, the individuals at Chief and Rensselaer actually helped motivate Chief Foundation out in Nebraska to make a $40,000 donation to Parks for People. So Chief has been deeply invested in the parks, and Terry himself, actually, if you've been through Milroy Park during the Scarecrow Trail, there's a lovely fence that says Scarecrow Trail. They built that at Chief, and they also have entered the contest ever since that started. And that was under Heather's idea. Also, the Christmas tree walk that happens in the park every year, Chief is always trying to come up with another really creative idea. And I think the next thing was supposed to be some sort of like snow globe thing that had moving parts, but Terry's not here to build that. Because I'd even suggested that at some point Janelle was selling her snow globes at Embers, and how cool would it be to get one of those and light it up and put some stuff in it. So anyway, that didn't happen, but Terry has been a huge partner. I know the Rensselaer Soccer Board has noticed his loss, just deeply invested in volunteering and helping do all those things. Chief Buildings actually has a employee pass-through program, or employee giving circle, if you want to call it that, since 2012, and the chief employees have actually granted back into the Rensselaer and surrounding communities over $130,000 since 2012. And every year it's Melissa's mission to execute that United Way Giving campaign, as they call it, in the Chief family, which is a national corporation. We're lucky enough to be the benefit of the Chief Buildings employees every year here in our community. And they give to everything from the Boy Scouts to the animal shelter to the library, just things in Newton County and surrounding, just whatever the employee checks the box on. And we make sure the donations come to the foundation, and then at the end of the year, based on those check marks, we execute those funds to different places. Some of those donors have generously offered to donate to the Jasper Newton Foundation, and those funds are set aside because we haven't had a project to donate those to yet. So in honor of Terry, we'd like to marshal those funds into creating a memorial to Terry, which, after talking to Heather, her idea was to put a gazebo in Milroy Park anyway as sort of a trailhead for some of the trails that match up there and the walking places between there and Columbia Park and Potawatomi Park and downtown. So there will be a great QR code, which I've seen with a couple other legacy donations in the community. You'll be able to scan a code and see pictures of Terry and read his words and know what he meant to our community, as well as be a part of that, sit under the shade of that, and enjoy our parks. So the foundation, I think, has enough funds to cover the cost of that. We've also, like Heather said, started the engineering plan for the site per Josh, and to make sure that we're building this the correct way so everyone has access to the gazebo off of the path there. So this means a lot. There are not, and you know this, you all are elected and chose to be in these positions, and people have chose you to be here. There are about the same 20 people doing all the stuff in the community, and Terry was one of those people, and few and far between, I would say. So it's an honor if we could be able to honor him, but also meet the needs of the park. and continue to display. The idea is perhaps this fall to be able to display all of Chief's submissions to the Scarecrow Trail and the Christmas Tree Trail, just to kind of honor Terry and his commitment to the community. So we're really excited about this. Did I forget anything?
You didn't, and I
Okay.
would like to add one thing. I did speak with Judy Caney last week because we also have the issue of that's a historic park. You know, it honors General Milroy, and I didn't want to do anything that would take away from that. So Judy and I met last week, as our county historian, and she's very excited to see this happen and supports the project. And moving forward, not only are we going to honor Terry, but Brienne touched on the See My Legacy Memorial Program that we've started. We're also going to look to have some kind of signage or plaque added that has some more information about General Milroy. So Judy's going to work to write the story of General Milroy, then people, visitors to the park could scan the QR code and really understand the significance of General Milroy. And again, the goal is not to take away from this park being, this historic space that's donated to this, for, in honor of a great general, but we want to add one of our local heroes, another one to that park too, with the gazebo. And again, the idea is to make it more interactive for our community. So we aren't looking for you to take action tonight. We're just here to talk to you about these are the plans that we have, and we're looking to move forward. And again, once Sarah shares that site plan again with me, the finished product, I'll share it with you. Do you have any questions for me about the project?
I don't know that we need to take any action at this point other than, giving our blessing, I guess council's blessing to move forward with the project.
All right,
Great
okay.
idea. Yeah,
Thanks for your work on it.
Yeah. And Terry, I got to meet Terry and know him a lot better since I took this job, and he was the person that took me around as a touring Chief Industries factory down there, and he was very dedicated to the youth soccer league. So that's where we initially started talking about some of the things that he'd like to get done. And we were, I think, aligned with the same goals of trying to find things that we can do better for our children. And so it was very nice to have a friend like that, and we certainly miss him. This would be a good way to recognize what he's done for our community.
And I will tell you, Brienne touched on how he was very much into our Trails program. He was always the first one that would come out and stake his claim to his space where his display would go each year. So the way we laid it out is the sidewalk that will lead up to the gazebo then would come in at the spot on the path where his special spot was. So, and then I've discussed with Josh and Bryce a little bit more for the next steps for this project, and we talked about the sidewalk that's at Milroy Park that really probably needs to go, and we discussed the potential of removing that sidewalk, which is really, right along that busy street, which isn't super safe, right? And the idea would be then to use the approach that's already there off of Milroy, and then bring it up to the gazebo, and so that way it gets people to interact with the park even more as they're utilizing our walkways. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I saw Mr. Bontrager, or Commissioner Bontrager is here with us now. We moved forward with that under citizens' comments, so you certainly have our blessing. We did it from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Is that enough time?
Let's see here, they had wanted, I think that will do it.
All right.
It was on behalf of Rensselaer Art Walk. Brian Preston was out of town, and they wanted to, there's a short film that was made during the painting process on the depot murals, and they're going to screen that film and have a little street festival there. So that's why they'd like to close the street like we used to do for cylinders and snacks on Front Street.
That sounds awesome. Are you in this video, Commissioner?
I'm in there. Yeah, I was privileged to be able to get to spray. I got to do the first R in the word Rensselaer. So, and I have further ideas coming about that, but I consider our town to be very resilient and have a lot of resolve after the things we lost about 10 years ago. So that's why I have that intense look in that lion's face, because that's Rensselaer resolve. So there you have it. I will pass along your blessing to them, and thanks for your consideration.
Well, thank you so much for...
And I was late because I was doing commissioner stuff before I got here.
I don't know how that is. Thank you. We have an IDEM recycling grant that's next on the agenda. Josh, do you want to start?
I am
here tonight to ask for council's permission to apply for this IDEM second round of grant funding. The intent is to purchase a new vertical baler for the recycling center and start collecting number 5 plastics. That's our goal with the grant. It's a 75-25 match, just like the first round. We have intentions of using the funds that we receive yearly from the Northwest Indiana Solid Waste District.
Need a motion?
Certainly, but this was also on your capital improvement projects, wasn't it? That's what we designed through Baker Tilly. It'd be nice for us to get 75% of that money and then the other part of the matching grant where it doesn't come out of our budget at all. So, yes, I would like a motion, I'm sorry.
I'll make a motion, Josh, to go ahead and apply for IDEM recycling grant number 2.
All right, there's been a motion and a second to allow Josh Eldridge to apply for the IDEM recycling grant on the second round. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Good luck. Did well last year, let's go get it this year. I don't know if you want to bring this one up stage, but Mrs. Salmon's had some communications with me. She would like to ask that we close Van Rensselaer Street from Harrison to Washington on September 27th from 10 a.m. to approximately 11:30 p.m. for Oktoberfest, which seems to be a big hit every year. I heard you were doing karaoke this year?
No, that was you.
Okay.
Yes, I think we're going to do a little different than we did in the past. In the past, we'd rope off those sidewalks and give access, basically. So now I think we're going to remove those ropes, just have complete full access down the sidewalks. Now that we have some businesses there that are open during that time period. So we're asking basically still block the 2 ends of the streets, but we'll leave full access to the sidewalks, so there's no barrier between the street and the businesses.
Are you using the gazebo at all?
We never know. The band is up in there, but we do not have people up in there.
Okay. All right. Well, I just saw the commissioners here.
Well, we have to go and ask them separate.
Yeah. Council, how do you want to move on that?
Make a motion to allow the road closure approximately those.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to allow the road closure on September 27th from 10 a.m. till 11:30 p.m. Van Rensselaer Street closed between Washington and Harrison Streets. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you, council.
And Mayor, can Josh send out the tech review on that? Set up a time to get together for everybody to, you could send out an email to us and we'll get together.
Most certainly. One of us will get it out, and we'll get everybody together and sit down and go over things.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. About a week ahead of time.
Tech review is usually about a month out. I would say mid-August is probably good, just to make sure we get everything.
Will do. Thank you. Next on the agenda is the request for promotion of Heath Malone to manager of electric operations. We've studied this position for quite some time. We've tried a couple of different things where we wanted maybe 2 or 3-headed monsters so we can get some different perspectives on how we want to continue to move forward with our electric department. And I think it's probably appropriate at this time that we go back to just one person in charge of all of the electric department operations. So I submitted a request to the council to move Heath up to the manager of operations for our electric department. I'd be happy to answer any questions that council may have. Or Heath's over here too, we can ask him all kinds of questions at a public meeting.
Where is he? I know there is.
No, thank you for the information sent out.
Yeah, very thorough.
And fine with it, I don't know what you need, but
It's a worthy and warranted.
I just think, yeah, it would be good to have the council's blessing if we did a motion to move him up there. I'd appreciate that.
I'm making a motion to do that.
All right.
I'll second.
Been a motion and a second to promote Heath Malone to manager of operations for the electric department. I have put the effective date of yesterday. So all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Congratulations, I think.
Thank you.
Oh, good for you. Next is our credit card statement. Council, you provided the statement through an email. How would you like to act on that?
Make a motion to allow the mayor to sign his credit card statement.
The motion is second to allow me to sign the credit card statement as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right. Next is a resolution 22-2025, transfer of funds.
There was one request for transfer of funds within the general fund for a total of $3,000.
Any questions? Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 22-2025, transfer of funds. Second.
Been a motion and a second to approve resolution 22-2025, transfer of funds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda is burial rights request.
There were two separate requests for burial rights, each for one space within the 1913 section of Weston Cemetery.
Make a motion to approve the burial rights request.
Been a motion and a second to approve the burial rights request as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, we're getting there, council. Next is a claims approval. Are there any questions about the claims?
I make a motion to approve the claims.
Been a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
Been a motion to approve and a second. All those in favor of approving the claims tonight, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you, council. Council, do you have any unfinished business? Shelby? I can't think of any committee reports. Administrative comments, I'll let you start off. It's been a fun day today.
So as I think you are all aware, we are transitioning away from our old-fashioned time cards, going to an automated time system, but we kind of still thought we were in the trial and error phase, which we are. So sorry to those supers that got emails this morning that we thought we were still testing, but you all got an influx of emails. So just, I would say, have some grace with us over these next few months, because it will be a hassle, but in the end, it will be worth it. Just work with us. That's my update.
Thank you. It's been fantastic, I think. Just
It'll yeah.
I wish I would have had it when I had another job. Would have made life a lot easier on Monday morning. That's all I can think of. So thank you for staying with that and getting it to this level. Only other administrative comments, Senior Day at Community Center, I believe is Friday. So we'll be out there. And then I'll have Bryce or Josh update on the ADA and our grant for the walking path out to the fairgrounds when it gets around to your turn, if you would, please. All right. Russ, do you have anything for administrative comments?
Not really, I just was really proud of how our street department, all our departments work together and get stuff done. I've heard a lot of comments about it. It's been very good. A few street problems, but that's to be expected. But anyway, thank you for that.
Thank you. Kevin?
I have nothing other than to congratulate Heath. I see big things happening in the future, and I think you're going to be great for the department, so good luck. Thank you.
No?
Congratulations, Heath.
Thank you.
We did hold an executive session last week, I believe, and talked about handbook changes, and we are working on those, and we'll get those notes to Shelby.
Okay. Mr. Rayburn?
Todd, are you going to talk about the boring machine?
Yes.
I have nothing. No.
Mr. Watson?
Stole my thunder. I have nothing.
Do you have anything else? Okay. We'll go into superintendent's reports. We'll start off with Chief Anderson.
Thank you, Mayor. Staff interviews for our final 3 candidates are Friday afternoon, and then hopefully we'll find a couple that we can send before the board on the 11th. Fair obviously wrapped up on Saturday. We had no major incidents. I think we just had a couple of medical calls Saturday evening from a couple of carnival workers that were minor injuries when they were tearing down equipment out there. But other than that, it was pretty smooth for the most part. And that's all I have.
All right, any questions for Chief Anderson? Attorney Sammons?
Nothing specific to report, Mayor. I will say that I failed to mention at the last meeting, and thank Josh, I think, for his efforts in securing those recycling and waste receptacle containers uptown. They're a really nice addition in front of the office out there. I see it every day, so I've heard what we have. I meant to thank you for that. We failed to last time.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Any questions for Todd, Council?
Yes, not.
Heather Smart?
I have nothing this evening, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Chief Holland?
Thank you, Mayor. As everyone knows, last Monday we had a fire going on. I want to say that the ladder truck did an awesome job. The guys did a bang-up job themselves and battled the heat for 6 hours, and I think they just did a great job, so hats off to those guys. Kids night tomorrow night, we'll be up here at the parking lot at the courthouse, and I've been asked to participate in the State Fire Marshal's booth at the State Fair this Friday, so I'll be doing that. 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Entertain any questions?
Any questions for Chief Holland? Moving right along. Bryce, you're up next.
Thank you, Mayor. I spoke to HWC this morning in regards to our ADA and Title VI planning. Back in June, we submitted a voluntary commitment letter to NDOT in regards to the Trails grant that we've been doing in partnership with the county. We were out of compliance on our ADA and Title VI, so that started a 90-day clock. And as of this morning, it looks like HWC is targeting to come before you on August the 11th to present the plans that are put together. And it looks like it's favorable that we will meet our August 27th deadline for that Trails grant in order to continue to secure those funds with NDOT.
We don't quite know what the matching funds are on that yet, do we?
Not yet, no.
All right. Anything else?
I-65, 2 of the 3 easements have been executed and recorded. And then next week, we have a pre-construction meeting on the long-term control plan project with the Division A and Division C contractors. And that is it.
Any questions for Bryce? Josh, you're up next.
Thank you, Mayor. First off, I'd like to say all of my employees had a really good time Friday at the picnic. As some of you don't know, our employees also won the volleyball tournament, so we're excited about that. We may have caused a problem with some rules for maybe going forward, but yeah, it was a great time. They all seemed to have a good time, so thank you for doing that for all of our employees. Secondly, believe it or not, Town and Country is in town today. They tell me they will be done tomorrow. Close out all the paving work that still needs to be done on top of our utility patches that we hired them to do.
Including Melville Street?
Where?
Melville?
Yes. They were working on it when I left, milling and getting it all prepped.
Okay.
When I left.
They're
4 o'clock.
Oh, that'd be nice to get
Came
that.
down for the meeting this evening.
Say that again, I'm
They
sorry.
were still there when I left to come here for the meeting this evening.
That is great news. Sooner that gets paved, the better off I think all of us would be.
Yes.
So thank you for that and staying on top of that.
We have one service line that we have scheduled to in the McKinley area, and we're going to do that work on Wednesday, weather permitting. So hopefully that'll help us get that area cleaned up and back to where it should be. That's all I have.
All right. Any questions for Josh? Speaking of the picnic, the first annual egg toss champion is next. Would you like to say, by the way, the egg didn't break, but he threw it in the ground even.
In the ground?
Yeah, so there's a conspiracy theory going on there too around the city department.
It's hot out.
I picked the egg out of the carton like everybody else did. I think we need to choose our eggs differently next year. They were.
What are you laughing at? Yours bounced 3 times. All right.
We didn't drop ours.
Anything you'd like to add? Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you. I just want to thank everybody for the opportunity.
All right. All right. Heather, you're up next.
Thank you, Mayor. Our comprehensive plan for the parks is moving forward. This week, our steering committee will meet to discuss the results of the feasibility study done on the light plant. As a reminder, Council Rayburn is serving as your council representative on that committee, so he can be a pipeline of information, sending your way, or you can always reach out to me if you have any questions about how that project or any project is moving forward for that matter. We are working to assemble our community reps from various organizations in our town that we work with, partner with in our Parks Department. So they're going to be having committee meetings this week to get their input as far as this comprehensive plan is concerned. So we're talking about people like from Prairie Arts Council, Jasper Newton Foundation, RBI, etc. So they're going to be, again, giving input this week about their needs, their wants, their vision for the parks as well. I'd like to give some updates on the pool. Thankfully, before summer ended, we did get our money from Rotary. Again, to remind you, they are donating $10,000 to pool improvements for our, and it's specific to the pool deck for amenities for our public to use. So we purchased and installed the water slide. Gotten a lot of positive feedback about that. We purchased and assembled lounge chairs for the deck. There are some other things on the deck toys and things like that for the kids to use. So I'm grateful to Rotary for that. And again, we really can't do things independently here. We're so lucky to have a wonderful community that works well together. Not only, our city staff, but all these organizations are so gracious to us. So I'll be scheduling some kind of photo opportunity with Rotary at some point, and I'll be reaching out to you about that soon. Let's see. Speaking of generosity, a kind person in this room donated a vacuum for our pool. Ours broke, and so we've now, we think we figured out how to use this new fancy vacuum. So we'll be getting our pool clean. Thank you to that generous donor. Pool, again, what we're looking at for our last day is August the 10th, and I'm looking to start a new tradition. So that's our last people day. But I'm looking to do a doggy day with some of our dog park patrons who are registered with our dog park and have a sign up so I can limit our participants. But I'm looking to do a doggy day at our pool that next week of August after we close. And I've consulted with our insurance person, and that should be fine according to him. So new tradition at the pool. And then after doggy day, we drain it and we start our fall maintenance. So we're looking into what we can do at the end of the year this year instead of tackling the pool project in the spring. We're looking at what can we get done this fall as far as repairs are concerned. So we're making that list right now in our department so that we're ready to open on our scheduled opening day again next spring. And speaking of spring, I'll be meeting tomorrow with the head of USSSA to discuss next year's tourneys at Blacker Fields. Now that I've been through a year of that, I have some of my own ideas about what that schedule needs to look like so we can be the best hosts we can be. So we'll be talking about those dates. I have a goal of hosting 6 tournaments next year. I want to get really good at hosting those things. I want to get the field shaped up. So that's my goal for next year. And then once we're really good at hosting, and I feel like we're confident in our systems, then we'll continue to add. So that's the goal for next year. We'll shoot for a half dozen. And this Friday, if you're not busy, we are having the first annual Glow Disc tournament on our Titan disc golf course. So 7:30 is when we're going to start. You can get a Glow Disc off of Amazon. Probably have it delivered tomorrow or today. So feel free to participate. And I think that's it.
Any questions for Heather? Thank you for a lot of the ideas also on the budget stuff. I know we've been kicking that around with the park board. Stacy's even had input. It's just, it's convoluted, I think, the way we've done it for quite some time, and hopefully we'll streamline that process and work with the summer swim team in the future a little bit easier. I think Shelby's looking forward to as much as I am, so I appreciate that.
I did have some overlaps, but I feel like we can,
Yeah. Definitely, thank you. Mr. Wilson?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. So at the very end of the day today, I finally got an answer on the mowing machine. It should be here Wednesday or Thursday. The reason for it being delayed, which finally came out later, was that the factory that was building were all behind. So it is going to be here Wednesday or Thursday, and it will be used Wednesday or Thursday as soon as it's here. The guy will train, and we'll train as we're doing a job. So it'll be put to work. So I'm holding him to that.
Are you training more than just your people?
At first, we'll have Jason get really comfortable at it to where, and then we will, all of us in our department will get on it. And then after he gets really comfortable, then we're going to go to the departments and see who wants to come and get trained, cross-trained on it.
Nice.
So, and then we've been putting in some service lines. We have those accomplished. The guys are going to start, you're going to start seeing markers around town where there's gas lines, especially on high pressure, so people start knowing where our gas lines are at in that area. So you will start seeing them around more. We will try not to put them to where it's gaudy in people's yard. We'll try to put them next to power poles and everything else. So guys are working on everyday stuff still.
What does markers look like?
There'll be just the yellow triangle markers. If you drive by McDonald's right now, there's on the regulator station on each corner. They have to say warning on them. They have to have emergency number on them, and just say pipeline and everything else on it. So.
Anything else?
That's it.
Thank you. Any questions for Tom? RC, did you have anything for the council today?
No, I have nothing there.
Thank you for filling in tonight. Stace, anything?
I don't know. Did I miss it? Did you claim claims approval?
We did. No. Nancy, anything from the chamber?
No.
Harley, anything from the paper?
No.
All right. Not hearing anything else, council?
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
The motion is second. All those approved, say aye.
Aye.